Hi guys, welcome to the Wellbeing Project and week number 1. By now most of you should have collected your eating plans, so have a really good read through all the information at the start. There's some great nutrition information that you should all know, particularly the section about insulin resistance. Have a little read about insulin. Make sure you get your head around that and understand what happens when you eat your carbohydrates and your sugars. And also put a bit in there about all our good fats that we should try and eat and the fats and oils that we should try to avoid, and also a little bit about the ratio of omega-6s to omega-3s. There's some really great information there, so have a good read through that and try to make sure you understand it all. If you don't, always ask me a question. So first of all, I just want to say thank you for signing up to the Wellbeing Project. We have got just under 70 people signed up, which is really cool. And this program, I love it. I think it's perfect because we incorporate nutrition, exercise, and the mind. So I think it's kind of the perfect thing. The whole mindset to me, which I got interested in sort of a few years ago and studied coaching. I think it's sort of been the missing link in the fitness industry, and I feel really passionate about it, and I believe it brings about such great change in people, in behaviour change, and I think it's a really important component and certainly the missing link. So I hope that you all enjoy this component as well and get a little bit out of it. The last 2 years I have run this as a 2-hour workshop, and which has been great, but it's been hard to find a time that suits everybody, and we would only get sort of half or less people at the workshop, which meant the rest of the people were completely missing the mindset component. So this time I've decided to just do a little video each week and give you something to work on in a workbook, which is the workbook is attached to this email. There it is there. So if you can print that out, that would be great. Yeah, so normally, over half the group has missed out on the mindset part. So I'm hoping by doing it this way that more people will take the time to do it, watch this little video, follow through in the workbook, and obviously it's all in the application, so then it's about applying it. But yeah, anyway, let me know. Always love your feedback, whether you think this is a good way to do it or if you prefer the workshop. Always good to know. And look, I always like to mix it up and try something different, and we'll see how this goes. So today's little video and workbook aim is for you to get a clear vision of what you want your wellness to look like, your well-being, your health, your wellness, what you want that to look like, but most importantly, why that's important to you, so that we get a real clear understanding and get that real emotional connection. And then also we're going to put a plan in place to make sure you can go about achieving it. Which is the important part. Well, even more importantly is in the application. So you guys need to actually go away and do the work. Yeah, basically, we look, weight loss is, and getting into shape, there's so much focus on the nutrition and the exercise part of it, but I really think we focus too much on that. There's thousands of gyms out there, there's thousands of exercise plans, thousands of weight loss products, thousands of supplements and drinks and fancy shakes and things to take, yet 63% of our population is still overweight. 1 Australian is getting diabetes every 5 minutes, which these are all lifestyle related and all preventable. So changing your body is not about your body. It's actually about your relationship with food, your relationship with exercise, and it all comes from the mind. We live in our heads. So if you can get your head where it needs to be, the body will follow. So that's what we're going to talk about today, and that's what we're trying to focus on, because your thoughts lead to your behaviors, which then lead to your actions. So we want to make sure we've got the right thoughts going on, the right thought processes and patterns, so that we can then have the right behaviors, which will then lead to the best actions and outcomes. Okay, so let's grab our workbooks And the first step, week 1, is just to decide on what 3 areas of your wellness you are going to focus on. I've put down there a list of suggestions of areas of wellness you could focus on. So energy, sleep, stress, life balance, exercise, weight, nutrition, alcohol consumption, health, relationships, and with your partners, families, friends. Obviously there's lots of different relationships in our life. So have a think about your life right now at the moment. What's not working in your life? What are you not satisfied with? Or what are you dissatisfied with? What could you improve in? So have a think about your energy levels. Are they high? Do you feel great? Do you wake up feeling energetic? Or do you hit the snooze button? Do you have slumps during the day? Or do you just feel great all the time and got lots of energy and that's not one of your issues? Sleep, are you getting enough sleep? Are you getting sort of 7 to 8 hours a night? Do you fall asleep straight away, or do you have wakeful moments during the night where you can't get back to sleep? Do you feel rested when you wake up in the morning? Stress, obviously a huge issue in today's society. So do you feel tension, anxiety, frustrated, impatient, angry, or do minor problems throw you? Can you not stop thinking about problems? Are you coping with your current stress load, or are you drowning in your current stress load? Or do you have a relatively stress-free life and it's all good and you're happy and that's not a problem for you? Life balance. So basically, are you happy with the spread of time that you have between work, family, friends, and time for yourself? So it's pretty simple, either a yes or no. And then if it's a no, have a think about which one's got too much of your time and which one hasn't got enough. Exercise, are you happy with the amount of exercise you're doing at the moment? Have you got enough balance in your exercise program throughout the week? Or do you have some limitations due to injury that you could focus on? Or have a think about that. Weight, are you happy with your weight right now? Yes or no? Nutrition, how often are you eating well? And is sort of 90% of your diet great? But have a really good honest think about it and take into consideration alcohol consumption as well, because that is part of what you are consuming, and be honest with yourself. Health, so have a think, if there's been things that you've had checked up with the doctors and they've come back and said you need to watch this or this or this, you're pre-diabetic. You're heading towards diabetes. If you are, talk to me. But have a little think about all of those things, if that's something you need to work on. What else? And relationships. I think this is a really important one. It's a huge part of our well-being, and you might be in a stage of your life where you'd like to focus more on your marriage, or your partner. Or it might be that you need to focus more on your relationship with your kids. You want to, make scheduling time to quality time with your kids. Or you might have aging parents where you would like to make sure you're spending more time with your parents. So have a little think about that part of your life as well. So there's so many things that make up our well-being, and have a think about what part of your life you would like to improve in. And look, it might even be career. You might find you're just not happy in your job. You might want to start looking at ways to improve your job, or look for a different job, or there's anything that can contribute to making your well-being, your overall well-being better, making you more happy and content. That's something you can work on. So because some of you might already be super satisfied with your nutrition and your exercise and your weight and everything like that. So there might be some other aspects of your life you would like to work on. Because we're all growing, we're all changing, and I'm pretty sure most of you would have some aspect of your life that you could make, a little bit better. Okay, so the next step, because I don't want to make this video too long, because I do want you to actually watch it, is the vision. So I've written there that your vision is essentially a picture in your mind that you can describe in words. So it's a picture of how you want to be living in the future, how it will feel, what it will look like, and it should be very, very real to you. Because the reason we want to do this is because we want to get a real emotional connection with what we're trying to achieve. If we have this emotional connection on the days when it's too hard, you can't be stuffed, you're unmotivated, this is the stuff that's going to keep you going and keep you on track. So we want you to get really emotionally connected. I want you to really think about what it would be like if your life looked a certain way. I want you to really feel it. Like, close your eyes. You might want to press pause right now and shut me up and just close your eyes and have a real think about what your life would look like if it was the way you wanted it to be. If, maybe you want more calmness in your life, maybe, less chaos, less stress. It might be that your life looks like, I'm this person that exercises 5 days a week and I love it and I really enjoy it, and I take the time to prepare beautiful meals and I sit down and eat them with my family and we enjoy them and we talk and really start to build a beautiful picture in your mind of what it is that it looks like, and get the emotions going. I want you to feel it. I want you to imagine what it would feel like. You should start to get some excitement happening if you can really get that vision going. And then the next process is to put that into words. So just a paragraph of what your life will look like. It's not just doing little, I want to be 5 kilos. That's not this. This is a beautiful picture. We're going to draw a picture with our words of what we want our life to look like. So get creative. It could be that you don't want to be smoking because you want to live long enough to be able to walk your child down the aisle, and start to really, you want to drink less so you can spend time with your grandchild. I just heard a story on the weekend where a grandmother who was an alcoholic, her son told her, you can't babysit our child, your grandchild, until you stop drinking. So she tried to give it up. She did quite well for a little while, and then she went back to it. And then her coach made her say out loud to her son, I'm sorry, I can't look after your son, my grandchild, because I would rather drink alcohol. And then to make it even more powerful, she then had to say to her grandson, not in real life, but just in the session, I would rather drink alcohol than spend time with you. Because that's what you're saying when you choose to do the behaviors that sabotage your life. You're saying, I choose the shit life over the good life. So that lady was choosing alcohol over spending time with her grandson. So that's part of it, that suddenly becomes a bit more real. You see how it makes you feel emotional. It gives you a picture. So that's what I want you to really think about with the vision. Get that picture of what you want it to be, your life to be looking like. Now that's a really big part of it, a really big step. But the next bit is your why. Now this is your driver. This is the important part that keeps you going when, again, you can't be stuffed. So you've got your picture, what you want, but why is that important to you? Why is that important to you? What does it mean for you if you can have your life looking that way? So, really get clear on that as well. Think back to what it is that you want to achieve, but then again, why it's important to you. So, if you're wanting to, say for that lady giving up alcohol, obviously she wants to spend time with her grandson, because maybe when she's older and too old to do active things with her grandson, she doesn't want to sit back and have regrets and feel like she's missed out on seeing her grandson grow up, or anyway, spend a bit of time getting clear on that. I know I've spoken before about, if I had a guy in front of me, say a 40-year-old single male, and I said to him, what are your goals? And he said, I want to lose weight. And I would say, well, why is that important to you? And he might say, oh, because I want to wear, a smaller size pants. And I say, why is that important to you? And he'd say, well, because I would like to feel confident if I was to go out on a date. And then, if you say, why is that important to you? And he might say, well, I want to feel loved. I want to have a partner. I want to be loved. So suddenly it's gone from just about losing a bit of weight, which might not motivate us at all, which we know, because lots of people want to lose weight, and that's not always enough to keep them on track and committed to their goal, because we all sort of sabotage that path. But suddenly his goal has gone to about being able to wear nice clothes so that he feels confident enough to perhaps go on a dating site, to then perhaps finding a partner that's going to love him and he's going to spend the rest of his life with. Oh, wow. Suddenly we've gone from just a pretty simple goal to a massive goal. And because we've dug down about 4 layers and got to the real core of why he wants to lose weight. So that's the important thing. So if weight loss is your goal, I want you to dig down, right to the core. Get why it's important to you. Because guess what? If it's not important to you, if you haven't got a real deep reason, you ain't going to lose weight. That's how it works. So really get clear on that why, because it is super important, because that is what's going to keep you going. It's the commitment to the goals that's going to keep you going when you can't be stuffed exercising, you can't be stuffed making the right choices, you can't be stuffed preparing the good food. And this all, again, it's all about our thoughts leading to our behaviors, leading to our outcomes and actions. Okay, so the next step, once you've got your vision, you've got your why, your next step is just to set some goals. We all know how to do goals. You can use the whole SMART thing, making them specific, measurable, action-oriented, realistic, and time-framed. So no wishy-washy goals. Try and get specific so that we can measure them and we clearly know in 3 months' time, or whenever your time frame is. It doesn't have to be 3 months. We can clearly tell if you've achieved it or not. So have a little think about where you would like to be in 3 months' time. If you want to make some 6 months or some 12 months ones, that's absolutely fine as well. But anything that's going to lead you towards your vision that you just wrote. So quite big goals. And these are quite, these are your long-term goals. And then if you turn the page, you're then going to break them down into your small weekly goals. So these are your little baby steps, because behavior change is tough and it is hard, and it's really important to just do little consistent steps to lead to the bigger outcome. We don't want to try and do everything in the first week, because that's a sure way to set us up for failure, really. So start with nice little small steps. So start with week 1. What can you do this week that will lead you towards the life that you want? Simple. Just start to think of nice little things that you can do. Going back to those 3 parts of your well-being that you're wanting to focus on. What things can you do right now in the next 7 days that will start to head you in the right direction? So don't, with this part, don't think too big picture. Just bring it down, nice little steps. It might just be, if you're trying to increase more exercise and increasing your fitness as a goal, it might just be to get to 4 classes, or might be 3 classes, whatever. Get to some classes this week, but you're going to write down specifically how many, and I would write down what day and time you're going to do as well. And that goes for everybody, whether fitness is your goal or not. Before you start this week, I would get your diaries out, writing what day and time you're going to come each day, and pop it in your diary. And if you're going to do some other training outside of the program, pop that in your diary as well. And then it's all locked in, booked in like an appointment, and you should be set for success then. Don't worry about the bottom half of week 1. Don't worry about this little bit. We will do that at the end of the week once we see how you've gone up here. So, okay, so that's gone for 20 minutes. I think that's heaps. Thank you. If you've kept watching to this point, thank you. I appreciate it. Well done. I hope you got something out of it. And look, if you have any questions, anything you want to know more about this, just give me a call. I hope you can't hear my kids in the background. They're just screaming and playing happily, I'm sure. But anyway, if you've got any problems, give me a call, email me, text me, phone me, whatever. I'm happy to also meet one-on-one for some coaching if anyone would like to do a little bit more of this. If you feel like, oh, this is what I need, but this is just not enough, I'm available for one-on-one coaching as well. But okay, so good luck. Sorry, my daughter's just walked in. Good luck with it all, and I look forward to seeing you all on, there she is. Look forward to seeing you all on Monday. Okay, bye.